Join us on the 3.5 miles kayak around Dinas Head on the West Wales coast on the 31st of August 2020. Watch on to see the stunning beaches at Pwlgwaelod and Cwm-Yr-Egwlys, how we explored the coves, caves and inlets around Dinas Head, what wildlife we encountered, and the remains of the medieval church of St Brynach. The plan was to launch on Pwlgwaelod beach, and after exploring the caves, inlets and coves that litter Dinas Head, to land at Cwm-Yr-Egwlys, deflate our kayaks, pack them up and walk back along the footpath about 2/3 of a mile back to the car at Pwlgwaelod. We're at the car park at Pwlgwaelod. We've inflated our 2 kayaks, as you can see, and we're just going to head down to the beach over there. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon and we've just launched from the beach at Pwlgwaelod, so we're just starting our 3.5 mile circumnavigation of Dinas Head. There's Archie following up behind, looking back towards the beach at Pwlgwaelod. You can see the old sailor pub in the background just overlooking the beach. It's a lovely day for paddling as we start our circumnavigation of Dinas Head. I'm looking back south down the coast towards Fishguard and Goodwick with Strumble Head on the right. It was low tide at about 1 o'clock today, so the tide will be coming in now and running south to north, so we've got the tide going with us. Near to Strumble Head off to the south there is the last time that the mainland UK was invaded back in 1797 when a French force landed. We'll hopefully have more luck on our paddle today than the French did in 1797 when most of them got drunk and ended up being rounded up. You can see a cormorant up there on that rock. I hope we're not disturbing his fishing. Archie's gone ahead to explore up that inlet. I just hope it's not a dead end, otherwise we could be up the creek with a paddle. I followed Archie to explore up this inlet, which seems to be leading towards a huge cave over there in the cliffs. If you hear a hissing noise, it probably means that I've ripped my kayak open. These inflatable kayaks are actually fairly robust, so you can sort of brush up against rocks and things, although I wouldn't recommend doing it too much just in case.
It's definitely something you want to do while you're still fit.
I think it's a moot point whether I am still fit. This 3.5 miles kayak is a bit shorter than we would normally do, but there's so many rocky channels and inlets all around Dinas Head, it's fun just exploring them all. It's about 2:30 and we're about 1/3 of the way along the route. We're just taking our time exploring all of these little inlets. I'm quite relieved to see Archie coming out of that cave over there, because he went into there about 5 minutes ago, and I was starting to get a bit worried that the seals might have had him. There's some quite breathtaking cliffs here with some amazing geology. On the left there, it looks almost like a flying saucer has been carved into the cliff. Or is it just my imagination? We're just taking our time, enjoying meandering and weaving through all of these rocky outcrops and gullies. Looks like those gulls are gathering over there, ready to attack Archie in his kayak. We did see a couple of seals just now, but as usual they were quite elusive and couldn't quite get them on camera. But we did finally manage to get one of the seals on camera over there in the water about 10-15 meters away. So he's bobbing around there, sort of keeping an eye on us. If you like hiking, then the Wales Coastal Path runs around the top of Dinas Head, so you can do a nice circular walk about 3.5 miles long. There's a cormorant over there, or there was a cormorant over there before he dived into the water. As we come around the point of Dinas Head, you can start to get some really good views looking northwards up Cardigan Bay. As with all of our sea kayaks, we planned what the sea conditions were going to be like by checking on surfforecast.com, which gives you the sea swell forecast. If you're thinking of doing this route and want to check the sea conditions, then the nearest location on surfforecast.com is Newport, Pembrokeshire. This view gives an idea of the scale of the cliffs on Dinas Head. There used to be a hill fort up on Dinas Head back in the day. We tend to generally only go sea kayaking if the swell forecast shows it as being less than about 0.8 meters swell and the winds are less than about 20 miles an hour at the most. There's a great view across there to the north towards Newport, which is a nice little village in North Pembrokeshire. Cwm-Ys Head is on the far left of the picture, way in the distance. That's one of the best places that I've been to in Cardigan Bay for seeing seals. There's loads of them there, and then you've got Newport there directly ahead of us now. So I'm looking inland now, right down Dinas Head at the northern side. Cwm-Yr-Eglwys is on the right hand side there. If you're wondering what kayaks Archie and I are using, then we're both using Pro Aqua kayaks that we bought from Class Olson. So these are inflatable single person kayaks. Archie spotted another seal over there, or is it a case of the seal spotting Archie, I wonder. I think that's about the 6th or 7th seal that we've seen on this paddle. Well, we're paddling down the northern edge of Dinas Head, which is like a peninsula with about a mile left to Cwm-Yr-Eglwys. I think Archie thinks he's found Cardigan Bay's answer to the Northwest Passage. If he's not back in half an hour, I'll call the Coast Guard. I'm trying to decide whether I can squeeze through that gap there, or whether it's better to err on the side of caution. I have to say that I think this is probably my most favourite part of Cardigan Bay. I love the Preseli Mountains brooding over the coast over there. We're only about half a mile from Cwm-Yr-Eglwys, but there's still more caves and inlets to explore. Well, the water is so clear here. That larger mountain over there, which is overlooking Newport, is called Mynydd Carningley, and it's got the remains of a huge hill fort on it. Dinas Head is extremely well endowed with caves, inlets, coves and channels that you could spend hours exploring in your kayak. It's an amazing place to paddle. You can see Cwm-Yr-Eglwys coming into view over there. It's a very sheltered beach, so we're expecting a very easy landing on the beach. Cwm-Yr-Eglwys beach is one of my favourite beaches for swimming off because it's very sheltered and the water's normally calm here. Our plan is to deflate the kayaks at Cwm-Yr-Eglwys and then bag them up and walk back about 2/3 of a mile along the footpath back to the car at Pwlgwaelod. Archie seems to be putting on a burst as we come up towards Cwm-Yr-Eglwys beach. No doubt he's spurned on by the thought of having a beer in the old sailor pub in Pwlgwaelod at the end of the journey. It's coming up to 4:30 as we land at Cwm-Yr-Eglwys beach. What a great kayak on a truly amazing section of Cardigan Bay. If you enjoyed this video, then please give us a thumbs up and consider clicking on the left below to subscribe to our channel to get updates about trip reports and product review videos. Click on the right below to be taken to our playlist of other videos of our paddles around the Wales coast. Please check out our website link below for our blogs and other super useful information. Happy paddling from the kayak crew.